So the reboot of Saints Row released this month, a very popular sort of GTA type franchise that kind of transformed into this crazy, wacky, insane spin-off type thing. But this is a completely new thing, and they kind of tried to please both fans, sort of the wacky new stuff, and also the old, more serious style that the franchise had, and it seems that they've completely failed. So I don't know if you've seen much of this, Harry, but just let me know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I had a look and I saw some YouTubers play it, and obviously I haven't played it myself, but it seems okay. I mean, I've not really played a Saints Row game before ever, but like it didn't seem terrible. I saw Google reviews had very mixed feelings, with basically a split between 5 stars and 1 stars.
I mean, that's
usual.
how
yeah,
as always.
But quite harsh on the 1 stars, probably like 60% 1 stars and 40% 5 stars. So it just seems like people, if you go into it reviewing it just kind of for what it is, people think it's alright, but comparing it to past games, I think people really don't like it. So yeah,
and that's the thing with a reboot.
Too well. Yeah.
A reboot really has to sort of get the franchise started again, and since this has completely failed, and we've seen the developers' stock absolutely plummet after the bad reviews.
Unfortunate. So
and something about this studio as well, they've recently been buying up loads of developers. So they bought the rights to Tomb Raider, massive, also Deus Ex, massive. So
yeah, I mean, I know Tomb Raider alone is a huge franchise. A lot of people I know have played that and think it's a great game, and a lot of people's top games of all time.
So I guess we'll have to see where this goes. They're called Embracer Group. I'd never heard of them personally, but they seem to be growing a lot. And this Saints Row launch seems like a major step back. So
yeah, all right, I'll see how it goes.
Also released this month was the PC port of Spider-Man Remastered, and unlike Saints Row, this one was received incredibly well. Overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and also critically acclaimed as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really like it, and I also saw the modding community in it really got involved. I saw
that with God of War as well, just crazy mods.
Just about everything you can imagine. I mean, I saw a Stanley mod, a Kermit one recently with dialogue too. Just mods everywhere, and people seem to just really enjoy it. And I'm happy that people can actually play it now, because it's such a good game. I mean, you really can't complain about Spider-Man much.
No.
It's
And this also means we'll hopefully be seeing Miles Morales. I think they're
planning
to
I highly
do that.
doubt they wouldn't. Yeah,
and then also Spider-Man 2 at some point.
From maybe a year after, maybe 2.
Probably
maximum.
longer. I think what they're planning to do is release the first of like a series of games, and then get people to buy the console for the sequel. And I think that worked for me really.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
I think it's a good strategy. I'm just glad they're bringing titles to PC. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, actually, that's a fair point. Like God of War's come out, and then people are going to play that and then really want to play Ragnarok, and that's not
Horizon Zero Dawn ages ago as well.
Yeah, so it could be a very smart, and more people get to play on the PlayStation as well if they do end up getting it, because I mean you would know too, the DualSense is really good. So we'll see what they can do, but I'm happy that more people get to play it. So that's good.
And then also our third release of the month was 2 Point Campus. So these are from the developers of 2 Point Hospital, which came out a while ago. I think that was like 3 years or something, but that was received incredibly well. It seems like they're sort of establishing a franchise here. I haven't played the original, but I did try out 2 Point Campus, and it was really good. I got it on Game Pass, so no complaints here. And it was quite a fun sort of building simulator game. It was really good so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it myself once again, but I've looked at a few things, and it just seems like a very classic, simulator. You slowly build and level up, and like a kind of classic tycoon game, but just with loads to do. I mean, I looked at the trailer. It's very smooth, very clean game in the fact that you can't really complain.
It's pretty safe because they're once again building on that formula. So there wasn't too many surprises here. So it's not a massive move away from the formula.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a game for people that like that style. I mean, if you I'm guessing, if you play 2 Point Hospital, then obviously, and then also along with probably Sims players, people like that, I could definitely like it. Just the simulation, controlling people, and just kind of creating your own story, that style. Right, so next there's the PS5 price increase that we just recently seen, which has affected essentially everywhere apart from the USA. Is that right?
Seems to be, yeah.
Yeah, and we're in the UK, if you couldn't tell, and it's about, what is it, 20 to 30
around
pounds?
that,
yeah.
Luckily, I managed to get mine a few months ago before the price increase, but it doesn't seem too bad, especially compared to, I think it was earlier this month as well, we saw an $100 increase of the Oculus, now Meta Quest 2 headset, which people were not happy about. So this is pretty minor in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit annoying. I mean, part of me says it makes sense.
It makes sense with inflation.
But at the same time, people are going to get a bit annoyed. But at the same time, I don't think anyone who wanted a PS5 is going to stop them.
No, not really.
Like, it's very marginal. I mean, how much is... Like $350 is it for the cheapest one, and £20. I mean, it's like what, 10%?
They're already hard to get, so it's definitely not going to help with that. But if people want them, I think it's safe to say if you try, you can get one now. It's not too hard. Yeah,
I mean, people seem to be. It used to be multiple months. Now it's probably a couple of weeks, and you can guarantee yourself one. And if you look at if you want a bundle, you can get it almost straight away.
Definitely, that's what I got. I got like 2 controllers, a nice wireless headset I'm using right now on my PC, so that's proved to be very useful.
Yeah, so I think overall it won't affect too much, and I guess
doesn't seem too
I guess
bad.
It's good in the way that it's gonna. I mean, I hope they're using the money for development of games and useful things rather than just for a bigger pay. I don't think it's going to change much. And then on the topic of PS5 as well, the PSVR 2 has been announced early 2023, which is quite nice.
We already sort of knew this though. There were rumours initially of a holiday 2022 release date, but then that seemed to be out of the picture, so naturally we assumed it would be early 2023, and that seems like it's going to be the case now, so not too far away actually. We'll have to see about the price, still quite a lot we don't know, especially with launch titles, still I'd assume a lot to be announced, hopefully, but we'll have to see on that front. And also, on the PlayStation tech side, new controllers. I think you have a better understanding of this than me, so take it away.
So I mean, I'm not too sure, but if anyone knows about the Xbox kind of I want to say Pro controller, I don't think that's the correct name, but
sort of but essentially type things.
Yeah, well, essentially you could swap out the joysticks and swap out the bumpers and just kind of really customize the control. I believe it's along the lines of that, and it's just going to be a bit more expensive, maybe a couple extra buttons here and there, and just kind of for the people that can and want to get it. I mean, I probably won't get it. It looks alright, but I just think the standard one's already so well made that it doesn't need to be improved. Recently, we've seen quite a few video game adaptations. I mean, we had The Witcher on Netflix, and obviously Resident Evil on Netflix,
as
which
well,
it was. I thought it wasn't too badly received.
I don't know, it seemed pretty split.
I did see a few scenes. Apparently there was a dance scene that everyone hated with a passion, which just really didn't fit the theme. Really cringe apparently. And I mean, I'm not overly shocked. I haven't watched it, I wasn't too bothered anyways, but it's been cancelled after just one season, so that's great, I guess.
They've released so many Resident Evil movies and shows at this point, some animated stuff, and just all of them have been atrocious apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it's, zombies. I mean, you need something really unique with the zombie apocalypse formula.
And apparently they just don't fit the source material anyway, so it's just generic zombie movie, which makes it even worse.
Even worse, yeah. And then, I mean, there was also other news in the... I mean, I'll let you talk more about it, but the Cyberpunk show, which is quite interesting.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners is an anime. It's coming to Netflix on now, I believe, September 13th. This is an anime from Trigger Studios. I think they made some pretty well-received anime shows before. And I'm pretty excited for this. As a major fan of Cyberpunk, I don't really care for anime. My mentality is that if it's anime, it's just the same as any other animation style, just depends on if the show's good. But I'll watch it either way. I'll keep my expectations low because I've got no idea what to expect really. I don't know anything about Studio Trigger, but from the trailers it looks to be pretty in line with the source material, which is the game, which I really enjoyed, as I said. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. And also, the long dormant Bioshock show, I think it's a show or maybe a movie on Netflix, has found its director.
Yes, and it is the director that made the Hunger Games, if I'm right. Is that correct? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, have you watched the Hunger Games movies? I've watched
one of them, and I enjoyed it.
I really liked all of them quite a lot. Is Bioshock set in the future, or?
I actually don't know. I'd assume so. But it's it's not really your typical futuristic setting.
Right, yeah.
I think if it's the Bioshock I'm thinking of, the original, then it's this underwater city, sort of dystopian. Bioshock, yeah, okay. I've played Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 3. Bioshock 3 is way different, completely different setting entirely. Yeah. That's set in like a floating city called Columbia, so it's a completely opposite setting. And honestly, I'd rather see something about Bioshock Infinite. I personally like that game, especially the setting a bit more. But I know Bioshock 1 has a lot more fans, so high hopes for Bioshock, yeah. So just recently, we also saw a trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, which kind of gave us a bit of a look into the more evil side of the game. What they've teased a lot is sort of this choice aspect, where you can choose to be an evil wizard or like a hero.
I'm guessing you did watch the trailer, I did too.
And sort of short, but it was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting. What we've seen so far is the, standard Hogwarts experience, which is before, you go to the lessons, you learn your spells, and you kind of become this great wizard. But then you kind of get a taste of the evil, and you see the Crucio, the spell, which is like the one of the unforgivable spells being used, and kind of like a current student that's become, quite dark and evil, and you can see the path that you can take. And I think it's really interesting that you can, just literally just start casting.
I really hope they lean into that.
Yeah, but I also hope that it doesn't, by doing that, they don't make each one not
make it
amazing.
Feel kind of unfocused. Right?
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
It's a big budget, and they've recently, unfortunately, but it might give them time to improve some stuff, but it has been delayed into next year.
Yes, which is annoying, to say the least, because
it's already been delayed.
Holiday this year.
It was supposed to be 2021 when they initially announced it, which we thought back then when we first saw it that was far away.
Yeah, you can excuse that because of COVID, but it has been that's a very far delay. 2 years 10th. Longer than most games. Yeah.
So we'll now see it on February 10th, which is quite a way away, to say the least. And also delayed was High on Life, the title from Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland. I was personally excited for it. Was meant to come out in October, but is now scheduled for the end of the year.
Great. That's quite a big delay once again. That's 2 months. Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, but does it look good, do you think?
It does. It looks quite funny. It's pretty much what you'd expect from a, quote, Rick and Morty game. Like, the humor's very immature, like, random. It's funny, though. It's my type of humor. I think it's good.
Stupid funny.
But we'll have to see with the gameplay. I thought the gameplay looked a bit low budget. I do think it looked, like, somewhat good, but in the first trailer, I noticed the frame rate was atrocious. But they put out loads of, like, preview footage, and all of it looks good. Looks like it needs some polish, but I'll play it. It shouldn't be too expensive. I know it's on Game Pass. But it looks interesting, to say the least, yeah.
Okay, well that's something to look forward to, I guess, especially for Rick and Morty fans. And if it's anything like that, what was the VR game called that you like?
Forever
that was
Saves the Universe.
That's the one, and apparently that was quite well received, wasn't that?
It was really good, yeah. Same developer, Squanch Games, they're called.
Oh, perfect. So then it could be good. We'll see. Next to talk about is Multiversus, which us two, along with some friends, have been enjoying this quite a lot. This game,
it's so good.
It's if you don't know somehow, then it's if you're not one of the 10 million plus people that got it already, it is essentially Super Smash Bros. If you played that or have heard of that, and there's quite a few characters. You've got a big range as well. You've got Tom and Jerry all the way to Arya Stark from Game of Thrones.
Batman,
so you can't really
Superman,
complain. Yeah,
and even most recently, Morty from Rick and Morty got added.
Yes.
Interestingly, before Rick, but
Which is
he is set to release along with character from the Gremlins. I can't quite remember his name, and then also Black Adam.
Cool. Yes, and then rumored there's been a huge amount of rumors, but recently, I think you did see as well about
yes,
the old meme Big Chungus. Warner Brothers acquired the rights to it in order to put it into a game. So essentially means that either. Well, the most unlikely option, we get a Big Chungus character,
which would
be so funny.
It'll
be absolutely hilarious. But they already have Bugs Bunny in the game, so it's more than likely going to be a paid skin, which is unfortunate, but it'll still be cool. Just to see people running around as Big Chungus.
Definitely.
so like unnecessary, but so funny. I mean,
4 years after the meme died.
Yeah.
And also from Gamescom from the last couple of weeks, we saw Dead Island 2, which had been dormant for 8 years, I think, since the initial CGI announcement. And they came back with another CGI trailer, but they did have good news saying it's been completely rebuilt from the ground up, and hopefully it can release on February 10th. No, it's February 3rd. February 3rd next year. Which is really soon, but after 8 years, I mean, that's what you'd hope for.
You said it's not set on an island, though, is it? Which is strange.
That's where sort of a controversy is sprouted from. I've seen it will take place in Los Angeles, which is a very popular setting for games. So we have to see how that goes.
I guess it could be really good. I mean, do you know if it's co-op or single player?
I think that's the general idea. I think the initial Dead Island. Again, I haven't played it, but I think it's sort of a Left 4 Dead type thing. So it's co-op, I believe.
That's good. Yeah.
And that one is set on an island.
Yes, which kind of in the name,
Makes
but I guess I guess we'll see how it goes. I mean, it looks good. It looks interesting. It looks like
it's hard to mess up a CGI trailer though. So we'll have to see
it definitely is. Yeah, so it could be nothing like what the trailer looks like, but
always nice to know it's back on track though, and we'll see if it gets delayed. It's honestly a possibility.
I don't think they would if they given it such a short.
Soon.
Surely they would have given it a safer release date if something could go wrong. So I think you can be fairly certain it will go well, but we'll see. Not long away at all. I mean, what is that? About 6 months. So
right before Hogwarts.
Can't really complain. Yeah.